What is up, world? It's your boy Tanh, and you are listening to the Wonton Wealth Podcast. Here, I'm going to unravel anything and everything commercial real estate related. And more importantly, we're going to add abundant value. So if you're ready, buckle up your eardrums. Last week, we talked about mentors and coaches and why they are so powerful and necessary for someone who's a little bit more green or need a little bit more guidance. What I didn't tell you guys was how I found my own mentor. I've told a lot of people about this, and so I figured, why not just share it with the world? So, as some of you guys know, I've had a couple partners in the past in the residential side. And when we decided to break up, I was honestly kind of at a loss. I didn't know what I should be doing within real estate, right? Do I continue to do the residential side, whether it be direct mail in wholesaling, or do I continue to build up another portfolio of buy and hold properties, or do I chase something else? And once again, I was always intrigued with commercial real estate and I had no idea. So I figured I had to find somebody who's been in the game for a while, who had the knowledge, the experience that I could actually learn from. So through networking locally with some of my Cincinnati friends and whatnot, I got introduced to this guy, and I wasn't really able to get any one-on-one time with him, right? And I actually met him at a poker table. I met him at a tournament, and it's kind of a get-together for all of us local investors, just to shoot the shit, play some poker, have some fun, right? And if you know me, I tend to stay out pretty late. I'm probably the last of the Mohican when it comes to partying. So, we're playing poker, and this thing, mind you, it started at noon. And I don't think that particular day, I played poker until roughly 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. The worst part about it is that I had work literally at 8 a.m. So had to cut it short, haul ass home, grab my gear, my white coat at the time, and then haul my ass to work. So essentially I didn't sleep that day, nonetheless. So I met him at the poker table, and we traded some stories, how we grew up, things like that, what my story was, what I'm currently doing, what he's involved in. Found out he's in commercial real estate. And it's pretty much what I wanted to learn. And late at night, as you can imagine, the majority of the crowd probably left around 11, midnight, and we're still playing poker for another 4 hours, just shooting the shit. And that poker game ended, blah, blah, blah. Now, the next day, awful day at work. It was no sleep, filling prescriptions, answering questions, whatever. I was pretty much a zombie. Not safe, I'll tell you that. Later that day, I saw a podcast that came out with this same guy, who's my mentor now, but he had a podcast with another local friend of mine, and pretty much just giving out his story, how he started and what he's currently doing, etc. And I thought, man, his upbringing was very similar to mine. That's kind of something that we share, which was really cool. But at the end of that podcast episode, he threw out a challenge to the listeners. And the story is, a lot of times people come to him always asking for help with this, and that, pretty much wasting his time essentially. And he threw out a homework assignment for the listeners. He said, my info will be in the show notes. You guys can reach out to me on social media, whatever. But I want you to look for 5 commercial deals. And I want you to give me a write-up of the pros and cons of each particular deal. Why you like it, why it's dog shit, etc. I heard that and I was like, I really don't have anything to lose, so might as well. And I ended up, I was immersed in it. I looked for roughly 10 deals. I did this big-ass write-up in a Word document. Pros, the cons, where it's located, whatever. Everything that I knew about real estate in general, I kind of just poured onto this thing. Reach out to him on social media, sent him the thing or the file, and then he came back with an equally long response of why pretty much all 10 deals were dog shit. And, I'm reading through this thing and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about that. So in my mind, I'm thinking, damn, I need to get a pair of eyes just like his so I can understand how to invest in some of these deals, right? So for the next several weeks or so, I'm reaching out to him, on via email, via social media, whatever. I'm stalking this guy. Like I'm trying to get some one-on-one time with him, right? Stalking his Facebook, figuring out what he likes, whatever, and just offering a lot of things. Like, okay, let's go get cigars. Okay, let's go get dinner. Let's go get lunch, whatever. I'll take your whole fucking family out. All I need is 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and I'm out of your hair, right? And a couple weeks goes by, right? And I'm still persistent with it. And one day, I think it was a weekend, could be a weekday, no idea. But I reached out to him again, and he responded back on social media. He goes, "Well, I'm not local right now. I'm at my lake house. If you want to come out, we can talk for a little bit, hang out, whatever." I'm like, "Shoot me the address. I'm there." As soon as he shot me the address, I closed my laptop, packed all my shit, a couple things here and there, and I hightailed my ass an hour east to his lake house. So, we go out to the lake house, we're having a beer, we're talking about real estate and stuff. And mainly, it wasn't even about commercial real estate, oddly enough. I was more curious about what he was doing currently, like what his bottlenecks are. Like, why is he so fucking busy all the time, right? And that supposed 30 minutes to 1 hour actually turned to be 8 hours. We hung out the whole day, drank a shit ton of beer, went out on the boat, and I ended up staying the night there that night. And from there, we kind of been good friends ever since. And with the problems that he presented to me, I made mental notes of it. And the next day when I was in front of my computer, I just vigorously looked for solutions for all of them and just kind of presented all of those potential solutions to him. And I think the biggest lesson here is that while I was in conversation with him and following up the day after, it was figuring out how to add value to him. And throughout that, I think that's where a lot of the respect he has for me came from. And he decided to pretty much take me under his wing and teach me pretty much everything that I know today. And, he's my partner now, one of my best friends. We do a lot of deals together, and we're figuring out other ways to partner together. I'm super close with his family now. We're pretty much family, and it's been a huge, huge blessing. So if you guys ever run into Ash Patel, he is one of the podcast hosts for the Best Ever podcast. Or if you're local in Cincinnati, shoot him a message, say hey, just tell him thank you for everything you guys are listening to today, because this wouldn't be possible without him. And with that, I will see you guys again next week. And that's a wrap. If you've made it this far, that means you've listened to the entire episode, so thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening from. And if you've learned something or found it useful, share it with one of your homies. And if you want to get in touch with me, I'm pretty active on IG. My handle is pro_TANH. Reach out, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, or what you want to hear about in the future. I'm here to tailor this to you. Until next time.